Basketball action comes your way once again here, courtesy of the B.LEAGUE, as we've got KOSHIGAYA ALPHAS up against Kyoto HANNARYZ. We'd like to welcome everybody to the KOSHIGAYA Gym. That is our venue here for today. It was supposed to be a battle between two of the Asian imports from the Philippines. Jamie Malonzo from the Philippines up against Kai Soto. But the big news coming out of the B.LEAGUE the other day, Jamie Malonzo has been let go by Kyoto HANNARYZ. As we take a look at the standings first, you can see early goings in the season, everybody just playing 6 games so far. Kyoto HANNARYZ, as you can see there, at 1-5. On the other side, KOSHIGAYA ALPHAS at 2-4, doing slightly better. This is the result of their game 1, which happened yesterday. It was a close affair. KOSHIGAYA winning that one just by 2, 64-62. As we take a look at the telling numbers, both teams actually didn't shoot very well from the field. As you can see, just 36% for Kyoto and 34% for the squad of KOSHIGAYA. Shooting much better from 2-point distance were the ALPHAS, while HANNARYZ was shooting a lot better from deep at 48%. That's actually a pretty good clip. They both didn't really take good care of the basketball. But in the end, it is the home team coming out on top, winning it by a squeaker. At the end of the day, as long as you win, that's all that counts. That's what shows in the win and loss column. As we take a look now at the lineup here of Kyoto. And the lineup for Coach Tsutomu Issa. His reliables will be number 10, Charles Jackson. Number 11, Chahale Stapscott. Of course, number 35 is also going to be there, Jordan Heath. As we take a look at Rion Shibuta first in his performance yesterday. Gets it back. He can light it up from the outside if you give him that much time and that many opportunities. And he's also cat-like in terms of his quickness. Sneaking in that layup. And here we have the starting 5. And there's Jordan Heath, part of the starting 5. So they're going to start out with Jackson. That is number 12, Sato Ogawa. They've got number 13, Satoru Maeta. And number 15, the veteran, Hayato Kawashima. Just taking a look at some numbers. KOSHIGAYA is now with the worst offense at 66.3, while Kyoto is actually a whole lot better at 73.2. KOSHIGAYA's defense, though, is better than Kyoto's. KOSHIGAYA allows just 77.3 points per game, while Kyoto allows 81.8. Now let's enjoy the fanfare first as we welcome the ALPHAS. As you take at some of the highlights here of Shun Matsuyama. Another one of those Japanese players that can light it up from deep. He was on fire yesterday. He was scorching hot, shooting 55%, 5 out of 9. Here we have the ALPHAS. And there's their head coach, Coach Takamichi Fujiwara. As we have our 3 referees handling proceedings here. We've got referee Abe, referee Kume, and referee Ogata. So what was supposed to be billed as, for the Filipino fans at least, watching Jamie Malonzo in action in Japan up against Kai Soto. Well, Kai Soto is still not yet recovered from his injury, which he sustained last year here in the B-League. He's also been out of national team duties for the Philippines, but they expect him back, they say, by sometime in December. Starters for the ALPHAS. They've got Clemens, Kotera, Matsuyama, Sugawara, and Dombuya. For the visiting HANNARYZ, they've got Jackson, Ogawa, Maeta, Kawashima, and Heath. And we are ready for the second match between these two squads. There's Kotera on your screens. We are set for B-League action here this Sunday afternoon. Thanks for joining us. This one, just like yesterday, will prove to be a dandy. It's going to be a tight affair between two squads who are struggling here early. As we said, the ALPHAS just at 2-4, HANNARYZ at 1-5. So both these teams desperately need victories. For those who are curious, Jamie Malonzo let go after 5 games. He was only averaging 6.2 minutes. And he had averages of 1.2 points and just 1 rebound per contest. Those are dismal numbers for an Asia Kota import. Inside, scoring once again, just to start things off. Good incursion there from Ogawa. It's 2-0 here for the visitors. Doing exactly what he did yesterday, starting to score early. That's what he likes to do. That's Ogawa style. Handoff, looking for some more space. Ooh, it's going to be an offensive foul called here. We're going the other way. So Ogawa doing it all so far here for his squad. He was pushed out of the way there by Anthony Clemens, and Anthony Clemens picks up foul number 1. Operating to the outside. Keith is not going to take that shot. He likes operating inside the arc. 3. Good line, a little bit too strong. Clemens to the board. Will bring it down himself and eventually give it up. Quick hoist. Nothing there from Shun Matsuyama. Boy, these two squads just putting it up quickly, but Charles Jackson there to clean things up. It's 4-0 now for the visitors. Clemens loves to handle that basketball. He is really their starting point. That's what he likes to do. Sets up his teammate. 3 on the way. A little bit too strong that time though. Inside incursion. It's gonna drop. That is the kind of start you want to have. You need to have if you're on the road. It is now 6-0. Watch it here once again. As we said, just like what he did yesterday, got his team off on the right note. Switches hands, and nothing Sekou could do. Ooh, early substitution here as Sugawara comes out. And they're going to send in the veteran, Shuhei Kitagawa, the 41-year-old. Still showing everybody he's still serviceable. 7-0 now. The Alphas yet to get on the board. Let's see if Clemens tries to take matters into his own hands. There's a double team. That's a good defensive strategy. The release. Sekou kicks it out. Nothing there. Offensive rebound. Another opportunity there. That's Kotera. That's Gary Hamilton Kotera. They had to force that one up. That was really deep. And finally they're on the board. Courtesy of Matsuyama. Shot clock was winding down. The flip, yes! Perfect assist pass, and Charles Jackson with 4 points. Even complaining, he said he got clipped there. Lead back up to 6. Steal here. Jackson, all by his lonesome, easily puts it through. That's going to be an 8-point advantage, and a timeout will have to be called by the Alphas. They're shell-shocked at the moment. Down 11-3. 7:17 still to be played here in the opening quarter. The 8-point lead here by the visitors. Kyoto, remember, lost by 2 yesterday. They want nothing but to be able to bounce back from that loss. On the outside, Seku almost lost it. Matsuyama's going to be called for steps. .702 still to be played. Traveling violation there called, so one of the few turnovers we've seen so far here. Both teams actually have taken pretty good care of the basketball. Coming in now, another veteran, Yuichi Ikeda, who is 42 years old. Boy, they're going with veterans here for the Koshigaya squad. They're digging real deep into that talent pool. Jarrell Martin coming in for the first time. 31-year-old forward, standing 6'10" from the United States. Showcasing his wares here for international television. Heath and Jackson have been playing in the B-League for quite a while. They're used to the level of play here. They're used to the Japanese brand of basketball. There's Heath. Jumper, short. Trying to be as methodical as they possibly can. They're still down by 8 here. Only 3 points on the board. Fall away, not gonna work. One and done once again on the offense here. It has been a real struggle offensively here for the home team. Jackson to the wing. Floater will drop. They're just piling in the points. That's Kawashima there. It's now 13-3. So that lead just continues to swell here. Open three, yes! Finally they get something. From exactly the same spot as Matsuyama. This time, it's Kitagawa there. The veterans really need to step things up, or else it might be a blowout here. Kawashima back rims that one. Now they'll take their time. Here's the veteran once again, as you can see. Ikeda got away, slipped. Ikeda, the 42-year-old. A while ago, they started out with Gary Hamilton, who is 41. Talk about a veteran-laden squad. There he is getting away. And there's the pull from Kawashima. Actually, Ikeda stayed down there longer. Hopefully, they might get a review, but the referees say nope, just a regular foul. Seku, nice find. Extra pass. Open three. No. Seku with the offensive rebound. They're going to reset. Jarrell Martin trying to play inside. Martin left wide open. Hoists up a three. Just short on that one. Just like yesterday, they were dismal from the outside. Kawashima. Nice look inside. Moving so well without the basketball. Charles Jackson already with 8 points. Big pick there by Seku. That's quick hands. That should have been an easy basket inside. It's a 2-on-3 break. Maybe not the best of shots. But Heath comes out of the heat. And they've got another attempt here. Not the best of passes. Not a good seal as well by Jackson. 9-point advantage enjoyed here by Kyoto. Getting ready to check in. Takeru Oba. Oba actually did very well, especially when we had him for our coverage last season. Another steal, second here by Jackson. He controls the pace, and he's going to be called for steps. He would have been better served to give it up to a guard who was actually right in front of him and then expect the pass. But there's the steal, being really active here. There was a dribble as well. Rion Shibuta back. Just a little over 4 minutes remaining as we have Chahale Stapscott coming in. Came in as a replacement for Angelo Coario. Angelo unfortunately went down yesterday with an injury. There are more than a few replacement imports already here in the B-League. Another turnover. Sidestepping move, forcing it up. Not going to work. Really like the aggressiveness, but at the same time, if you don't have a distinct advantage on the offensive end, there's a lot of time you can actually bring it back out. Martin losing it there. You can see there, Hall trying to get some early buckets. Still a 9-point lead. They've got possession. Here's Hall. Sends it back out. Ooh, the veteran is in. Furukawa. That guy can shoot. That's why they have him coming off the bench. He's 37 years old. Well, listed here in my books as 38, but nonetheless, shooting is one of the traits that you keep all the way up until you retire. 3 will drop there for Martin. That'll help their cause. That's going to cut the lead down to 8. Now chance of defense. Trying to inch their way closer here. High off the glass, and as we said, that's his specialty. Putting that ball in the hoop quickly with 4 points now. Lead back up to 10. Wild attempt. Shibuta will push. Goes to the wing. Stops, pops, and hits. 7 quick points off the bench here. It's a 13-point lead and a 7-0 blast put together by Furukawa. The Alphas need to slow things down. They've just given up too many turnovers so early in this ball game, which are leading to open baskets. So Cotera's in. That's Hamilton Gary, the 41-year-old. Clemens back on the floor. Well, they definitely miss Kai Soto. Can you imagine if you had Kai Soto there? There will be no layups whatsoever by the opponent. They let Furukawa go, just short on that one. He knew it was short. First to the basketball there. Heath, no. That's great positioning inside, but eventually Kyoto will lose it. Coming out to play, Ikeda almost lost it. Clemens hoists up a 3 and hits. That's what he's got to do. He's really got to take control, or else this game could get out of hand. 1.5 minutes remaining here. Furukawa. Shibuta, that's a 4 shot. That's going to come up well short. That was actually blocked. Nonetheless, a great start here for the visitors. Alphas need to score here. Cut into that deficit once again if they can. You like the blitz up high. Forcing it out of the hands of Clemens. That was way short there from Oba. He's much better than that. Nothing really working here for the home squad. And a barrel his way inside. Sets up the shooter. It's gonna drop. Wow, Hall's gonna get his first bucket. It's gonna be a 3. Sidestepping move. Nice block from the back. That was 1 against 3. You cannot expect the referee to make a call in that instance. Yes, there might have been a little bit of contact, but again, you're just asking for trouble. Hall there with the block. Getting away for an easy 2. The defense was caught napping in. Clemens scores. Lead is still 11. And now they're going to hold on for the final shot. Not a good foul. Well, that foul is going to put them in the penalty, but that was a foul they had to give. Final 17.5 of quarter number 1. Able to get it to Shibuya. And he'll hold on to it here. Tapscott will lose it. More than enough time. Does he realize it? He puts it up. Pretty good awareness from Makeda, but still will not be able to beat the clock. 10 minutes done here at the Koshigaya gym. And it's Kyoto up by 11. Back to the action here at the Koshigaya Gym as the ALPHAS host Kyoto HANNARYZ. As it stands, Kyoto HANNARYZ entering the second period with the lead here, 25-14. The foul is going to be called on Hall. Entering the space there as your referee was motioning. First foul going to be called on Hall. First team foul here for the squad of Kyoto. We'll get some pertinent numbers. Already 7 turnovers for the ALPHAS and just 4 for HANNARYZ. There's another steal. Already so many steals. Ooh, one of the few times we're going to see a 3 fall that short. And a stretch inside. Clemens delivers and cuts that lead down to 9. You can see Tapscott really struggling here so far. He has not been ready for this season, only brought in as a replacement for Angelo. But Rion Shibuta was here during the preseason. That's why he's ready to go. Lead back up to 9. Cross-court pass, and we're going the other way. Another turnover. That'll be turnover number 9 for the ALPHAS. Jackson will come in. Heath will take a break. Now we have Satoru Maeta in for HANNARYZ. Tapscott falling away, easily blocked there. He shouldn't be forcing the situation. He can get his other teammates involved. And you like the fact that Matsuyama and company say, okay, we'll take advantage of you forcing your shots. We'll make our shots on the other end. And a timeout this time will be called by HANNARYZ. Coming off that timeout, let's see what Coach Isa has designed on his squad to be able to score here. Get a little bit more daylight between them and the home squad. That's clearly a foul. That's also clearly a backing violation. No calls made. Well, I guess it evened out. Shibuta gets away, but can't make the layup because there was a little nudge right at the end. 2 free throws coming up here now for Shibuta. There was a nudge. That was also stepping on the half line, but as we said, it did even out. Exactly 2 minutes gone. Shibuta's gonna miss on his first free throw. Second will drop. Another one of the veterans here for both these squads in Ryumo Ono, 38 years old. Boy, Matsuyama sent back to the bench. He has been their lone bright spot offensively together with Clemens. Let's see what Coach Fujiwara has in mind. There's another turnover. Now already in double digits as far as turnovers are concerned. You can't expect to come back if every time you have the basketball on the offensive end, you give it up. And you give it up poorly. Shibuta gets away! Now 5 points in the contest for Rion, and it's now back to an 11-point lead here. Nothing seems to be working for the Alphas. Flip? No. That's going to stay here though. Two teammates from HANNARYZ battling it out for the same rebound. Now we've got some youngsters. Kaito Shike is in. So the 24-year-old coming in for the 42-year-old. Those are worlds apart. They find Clemens. Clemens will miss. But they say he got hacked. The two free throws coming up here for Anthony. Nice pick set there. Not too much contact, but we're gonna call the foul on Kawashima. His second. Clemens promptly makes the first. Shike looking for some extra signs from the bench on what they need to be able to do defensively here on the next possession. Both by Clemens will cut that lead down to 9. Following the inbound there, being a little bit too tight. You want to be close, but you don't want to give up any cheap fouls, which is that one. There's the foul. Shibuta couldn't get away. That took a little bit longer after just a regular foul. But play gets underway. Nice setup. But Ono can't convert. But he's got that in his bag. He's a big man. That's got range. Again, almost another turnover. Clemens up high against Kawashima. They go inside. Give and go play. Clemens. Clearly a foul there. There was contact up high. Charles Jackson though saying verticality. Let's see if he just did go straight up. Well, he might have had a point there. But again, inside the no charge zone, there was definitely contact in the air. First personal foul will be called on Charles. Looking to complete the three-point play. Here is Anthony. And he does. Leads the Now just down to 6. This is the closest that they've been, and here comes one of the better imports that you have here in the league, Jordan Heath. Jordan Heath, one of the B.LEAGUE leaders in terms of slam dunks. Yes, they count that here. And rightly so. Shibuta with a handoff. I'm surprised we have not yet seen Furukawa back in the ball game after this exceptional first quarter. Great floater there by Ogawa. He now has a total of 7 points. Also another individual who got his team off on the right start. On the perfect note. Poor pass. A little bit too low. That one was challenged, and challenged quite well. Sekou there with the easy layup. That's when you have to be smart. You're up against an import. More oftentimes than not, he's going to come up big with a defensive play. And what happens is you have your teammates streaking down court, lost in no man's land, and you give up an easy 2. That'll silence the crowd once again, though. Basket coming here from Ogawa once again. Sekou inside, yes. Sekou now with back-to-back baskets. And the lead down to 7. A chance of defense. They want their team to come back before the half ends. Shibuta left wide open. He drains that one. That's going to bring things back to a 10-point advantage for the visiting squad as we get to this timeout. Final 5 minutes of the first half coming up. Still a 10-point lead enjoyed by HANNARYZ. They have not given up the lead here in this game, and there's going to be a turnover here. Just too many turnovers for the squad of the ALPHAS. This was a poor one. Makes you wonder what they were thinking of there in that instance. That's turnover number 12. Nice setup. Heath from the outside. No. Able to get the stops at least defensively. That's kept him in the ball game. But they need to be able to score to cut into this lead of their opponents. There is the quick double. That is a person you cannot leave wide open, and Matsuyama hits his third three of the night. He was scorching yesterday at 55%, picking up where he left off. And his 9 points have really kept his team close. Jumper from Kawashima, no. Approaching the 4-minute mark. That's a good seal. But again, oh, that's going to be a technical foul. Definitely a technical foul. And Sekou wasn't happy with the non-call. Well, it did look that there was some contact. You'll have to understand where he's coming from. But again, you have to be smarter than that. Technical foul going to be called on him there. And he realizes it. He apologizes to the bench. But the damage has been done. Furukawa back in the ball game. Active hands, but that was definitely touched last by Ikeda. No chance of defense. That's clearly a foul. Wow, what was Ikeda thinking? He was all over Ogawa there. Watch it here. Try to go for the steal. Couldn't get it. And then that's poor. And now the Alphas in the penalty with a lot of time still to be played here in the second quarter. 3:47. You don't want to give this team, talking about HANNARYZ free throws. They're very good from that area. Furukawa launches and hits. That is an individual that is good from just about anywhere. Already with 11 points. And that's all coming off the bench. He came in only in the final minute and a half of the first period. And he just came in a minute ago. Back up to an 11-point lead. And we're going the other way once again. Things look like they're going from bad to worse here from the Alphas. Already 13 turnovers. The turnover story for HANNARYZ. After the first period, they had 4. Right now, they still have 4. That is matador defense. Nobody moving their legs. Easy layup there. And it's now another 13-point edge by Kyoto. Boy, a lot to be talked about. A lot of changes need to happen for the Alphas. That's a great spin. That's what Sekou is really known for. He's a scorer. But the thing is, he's just had not too many opportunities. Picks up the rebound there. Will bring it down himself. Sets up the pick. Stepping into this 3. Yes! Badly needed shot there. And Ikeda delivers. And just like that, it's a 6-point swing. Well, the Alphas are definitely not going to give up. Another 3 on the way. Yes! Furukawa with 14 points. He is on fire. (47-36) our tally as we approach the final 2 minutes. Another 3. Why not? Back-to-back threes. That time from Ikeda. He's coming alive here. That's what they need. They need players that can put that ball through the hoop, especially here this afternoon. They have not had a taste of the lead yet. Heath challenges from there every now and then. Shot clock at 3. Kawashima realized it. Extra possession once again. Furukawa thought he got hit. But again, you've got to love the effort of Charles Jackson. Just giving his team another possession. Clemens back. He's a big-time scorer. We're going to need his points, especially in the next 2 periods. As usual, he'll handle the ball. Now they're looking for Ikeda, and why not? He's got the hot hand. And again, instead of looking for Ikeda, who's actually free on the wing, Sekou will be called for steps. Another turnover. That's turnover number 14. Under a minute remaining here. HANNARYZ will put up a 3, just short. Oh no! Getting the lucky bounce. Lead back up to 11. Time for a possession each, and already 15 points in the ball game here for Asato Ogawa. Sekou. Step back 3. Rims out. That was close, but no cigar. And there might be no change here. Entering this period is an 11-point lead by HANNARYZ. That's where they are right now. Could be making it 14. That was halfway down. Ogawa. That was a heat check for him, that's for sure. Both teams scoring 25 here in the quarter. And we go into the halftime break, still with Kyoto up by 11, 50-39.
from Bina.
ここでリーグパートナー各社をご紹介いたします。B リーグトップパートナーソフトバンク、 B リーグタイトルパートナーレソナグループ、 B リーグイノベーションパートナーインフロニアホールディングス、 B リーグパートナーズ日本生命、 TIS、 リレーグ、 B リーグサポーティングカンパニーズ、オルテ、朝日新聞、日本経済新聞社、大塚製薬、野村工芸社、 EY ジャパン、エリテンフィットネス、ストライク、スポーツデポ、ロックアイス、ふるさとチョイス、ミックスプラス、日清食品、 DNA、 B リーグサプライヤー、アンドレスティンホールディングス、 B リーグコミュニケーションパートナー、ラインヤフー、 B リーグスポーツ振興、レフリーサポーティングパートナー、スポーツ福祉ウィナー、 B リーググロースパートナー、レッツ。以上、B リーグパートナー各社のご紹介でした。
誰もが希望を持って踏み出せる、そんな明日を叶える理想のグループ。心限る瞬間とともに夢やエナジーを生み出す B リーグ。2つの思いが共鳴し、あらゆる人の未来にかつてない熱狂をプラスする。ジョイン・ザ・ホープ。リソナグループは B リーグのタイトルパートナーです。求められるインフラは時代で変わる。求められるインフラは地域で変わる。本当に必要なインフラを提供し続けたい。その道のりは険しく果てしない。それでも私たちは地域の未来へパスをつなぎたい。
越谷のパス2025-26シーズンオフィシャルパートナーのご紹介です。株式会社アンティッククラウド、株式会社ギブリー、株式会社 GFD、株式会社ブルースター、一芸株式会社、株式会社クリーン花火、株式会社センスメイキング、株式会社 USB、株式会社チェンジ、株式会社ジャマン、プレソフィア株式会社、モニ株式会社、株式会社ソーシャルテック、株式会社駆け足スカイ、株式会社 HR チーム、株式会社ビジネスインフォメーションテクノロジー、株式会社バリューコミットメント、株式会社アイラボ、株式会社アイズカンパニーバイオデータ、株式会社インスペース、株式会社マルニックス、株式会社梶原、大森機械工業株式会社、京信運輸株式会社、株式会社リスタイル、株式会社アキモノウィング、株式会社アットサンドカンパニー、株式会社武蔵野銀行、株式会社ワージア、株式会社 J クロード、ノームズ株式会社、株式会社 MSG、株式会社埼玉資材、高本建設株式会社、株式会社岡本翔太郎商店、株式会社埼玉清水、東武鉄道株式会社、有限会社小山工務店、コラスグループ中央グリーン開発株式会社、株式会社 T&S、USN 株式会社、株式会社エルペルー、またご覧のオフィシャルパートナーの皆様にご支援いただいております。 心のご支援誠にありがとうございます。
10年目の B リーグ、数々の名勝負、歓声に包まれた瞬間も数えきれない感動も、熱狂とともに生まれた奇跡が全てここにある。10度目の季節を共に B1 だけでなく B2、B3 も全試合見られるのはバスケットライブだけ。今すぐダウンロード。
B リーグ全試合がいつでもどこでも見られるバスケットライブからのお知らせです。ただいまバスケットライブでは新規登録者を対象として豪華商品が当たるキャンペーンを実施しております。キャンペーンの詳細はクラブホームページからご確認ください。この機会にぜひ豪華商品をゲットしてください。皆さんのご登録をお待ちしております。今シーズンもバスケットライブからの視聴応援が越谷アルファズの支援につながります。バスケットライブからも皆さんで熱い声援を送り、選手たちの後押しをしていきましょう。
B リーグと選手たちの後押しです。
B リーグが地域とつながり、全国各地で未来を変える。コートを飛び出したもう一つの挑戦を知って、推しのクラブをもっと好きになろう。もっとバスケやりたいなっていう気持ちになりました。リゾナビリーグプレゼンツハンナワン。テレビ朝日、朝日放送テレビで放送中。
心当たりのある方は2階より自動ご案内までお越しください。
As you take a look at the highlights here, the first quarter of play, Kyoto got off to a great start. Got off to a 7-0 lead off a lot of these turnovers, and that was the first bucket, courtesy of Shun Matsuyama. Actually, just having to beat the clock. Got the tally to 11-3. Steal here by Charles Jackson, easy slam. And then they started to hit from the outside. That was Martin coming off the bench. 2 shots from the outside, getting the shooter's roll, that time from Hall. But a real struggle here by Chahale Stapscott. In as a replacement import, you can see he doesn't have his basketball legs under him yet. Shun Matsuyama hits a 3 there. Nice give and go. Plus the foul there. Coming from Charles Jackson. But this gentleman, Sato Ogawa, was on fire from deep. Not to mention, he was also helped out by Takatoshi Furukawa. 1-2 punch from the outside really gave their squad this big lead. They lead by 11 at the half. There's Furukawa going to work. Stepping into that 3 was Ikeda. He would hit 2 threes in the last 2 minutes. But there's again Furukawa going to work. There was a second 3. As we said, just getting the shooter's roll twice. As we look at the numbers here, 50-39 is our tally. Shooting just about even from 2-point distance, 56% as compared to 54%. But look at this, even shooting much better from 3. We're the Alphas at 53% to 43%. But again, when you break down those numbers, you can see that HANNARYZ is only shooting 2% better from 2, but they actually made 7 more shots, and that was a telling factor. Another big number to look at here is the 15 turnovers coming from the squad of the Alphas. HANNARYZ took very good care of that basketball with just 4 turnovers. As we look at some more numbers, 12-0. That's points off turnovers. And just that stat alone will show you why HANNARYZ has got a handy lead here heading to the second half. That's the performance here so far of Sato Ogawa. He leads all scorers with 15 points. When somebody is in rhythm the way he is, you might want to send a double team, force him to give up that basketball. Let somebody else beat you, not somebody who got up on the right side of the bed. Nice look there, Chahale's tap, Scott. You can see even his jersey has just been manufactured because he is a late addition. But again, what he should be doing is concentrating on defense and also just probably rebounding. As we take a look at the scoring leaders for both these squads. Ogawa with 15, 14 for Furukawa, 8 for Jackson. On the other side, Clemens has 12, 9 for Matsuyama, and 6 from Ikeda. A little bit of a discussion there from Hamilton Gary. They now call him Kotera, number 6. We've got Anthony Clemens on the floor as well. And this time they're starting out with Jarrell Martin. So far, so good there for the squad of Coach Tsutomu Isa. But this game is played in four quarters. So 2 more quarters coming up. Let's see if they can hold on to that lead and possibly build on it. Late foul there. Coming from Clemens. He apologizes. Just a slight nudge. That's foul number 2. If you like that strategy, you've got to be physical here on Ogawa. He hurt you, and he hurt you bad in the first 2 periods. Kawashima gets closer, turns around. Shot goes around the rim as well, and heads on out. Now the Alphas with that stop. Need a basket. Again, they're shutting everything that's going towards the basket. 3, no. What a battle there. You love the effort coming from the much smaller Ogawa. Only standing 5'10". But battling it out there with the imports. Possession arrow says stays here with the Alphas. No quick shot. They've got a brand new 14 to work with. Clemens hits. That's a good sign for the Alphas. If he can get himself going. He's really the spark. Minute gone here in the 3rd. They look inside. Charles Jackson resets his feet. Will kick it back out. Ogawa, the man of the moment. Short that time. And the foul's going to be called on Charles. And a battle for that offensive rebound will be called for his 2nd personal. Kotera is 41 years old, but you can see he can still get up there. Not to mention the fact that he makes good use of his heft. They go to the wing. That pass was in between 2 of his teammates. Matsuyama's going to be helped up, but again, that's another turnover. Just too many giveaways. Turnover number 16. And you can see the frustrated look on Coach Fujiwara, saying you don't have to force the issue all the way there. Heath. Shot clock winding down. That's a great extra pass. Open three. Back rims. They're going to get another opportunity off that miss from Maeta. Getting away inside. Easy layup there. Once again, Ogawa now with 17 markers. Wow. He's playing the game of his life here. Lead back up to 10. They go to the wing. Three-pointer not going to work. The tap, they say, is from the ALPHAS. Coming in, Shuhei Kitagawa. I think this matchup that we're watching has so many players 38 years old and above. Heath tracks that one down. Almost lost it. Recovers. Having to scramble on defense. We're going to get another try. Heath for three. That's not necessarily his specialty. Three minutes gone here in the third. Now a chance of let's go ALPHAS. They need to be able to score once again. They have had a real struggle on the offensive end. Clemens left open? No. That's a good recovery there by the defense, trying to make that a difficult shot. Nice look inside. Jackson will overshoot. Gets it back. The push shot. No. So many offensive rebounds there from Charles Jackson. Well, the problem for Kotera is he was too deep inside. He was literally right under the basket. Hard to get a rebound from that spot. As Martin is sent in. So it's now Sekou and Martin. Hall checks in for the visitors. Kawashima did quite well. He's also the primary defender on Clemens. Nobody rolled to the basket. That was the fault of Charles Jackson there. Ogawa knows that he should have a teammate following him to the hoop. But that is turnover number 5 only here for the boys in white. Now go inside. That's great defense. Hall with good positioning there. Up against the much taller Gerald Martin. Clemens just comes out, gets it himself. Gets away from Heath. Off the switch, it's Hall. Puts up a hurried three. Getting the offensive rebound. That's a nice positioning done there by Gerald Martin, using his entire 6'10" length and frame. Watch it here. Sneaks inside. Charles Jackson was surprised. That's going to be foul number 3 on Charles. No, they say it was on Heath, who reached in. So number 1 on Jordan. First free throw a little bit too strong. More than a handful of fans here for Kyoto. Lead is still at 9. And with possession here. The boys in white. Jackson gives it back. Wide open three. The defense just not collapsing. And that's why Ogawa has been having his way all throughout the afternoon. Now with 20 points. With the lead pass there was Cotera. Didn't get it. Active hands by Ogawa. Ikeda was getting ready to launch. 2.5 seconds remaining on the shot clock here of the home squad. The scorer, Furukawa, checking back in already with 14 points. Shibuta is back. He was a starter here today for Kyoto. Catch and shoot. Seku. Back rims that one. Calling out play number 1. We're getting Furukawa off the roll. He'll stop and launch and miss. Under 5 minutes to be played here in the third. Still a decent advantage by the visiting squad. Martin for 3. No. Heath clears the board, but they're going to say he stepped on the baseline. Shibuta is down. These two squads faced each other yesterday, and coming out with a 2-point victory was the home squad, 64-62. But right now, they just can't seem to find a groove on the offensive end. Shibuta got hit there in the butt on right there. He's saying that knocked the wind out of him. Right in his gut. He says he's good. He's ready. No review is going to be given here. So the possession will stay with Jordan Heath and company. So he did not step on the sideline, but the moment they got possession, referees blew the whistle. Gave Shibuta an opportunity to catch his breath. Now there with Rion. Rion in the land of the Giants kicks it back out. Furukawa! Gotta kiss it off the glass. That was a good shot. Just a little bit too strong. Lead still at 12. They try to take advantage of the much smaller Shibuta. And the extra pass, Martin will deliver. He's got 16 points. 6 points rather. Check that. Lead's cut down to 10. In a few instances, they almost lost the ball, but still fortunate it stays with them. Talking about Kyoto. Shibuta launches a 3. Nothing but net there. Rion with 11 points to backstop the 20 of Ogawa. Furukawa's got 14 as well. So the locals taking on the scoring load. Stopping the action here. That's going to be the third on Jackson. Jackson is going to be lifted. That's a good substitution. But the problem is, let's see how much of an adjustment Tapscott has made already. Anthony Clemens, one of the few bright spots offensively for the Alphas. Remember, they still are not with Kai Soto. Still out with an injury. Well, if you're looking for Jamie Malonzo, well, the news the other day was he was let go by Kyoto HANNARYZ, only averaging 6 minutes a ball game. And at the same time, look at this production in 5 games, 1.2 points and 1 rebound. Another 3, that one is short. A little bit of a forced shot that time from Shibuta. Anthony brings it out. We just can't find any of their shooters open. Gonna try to bring it in much closer. Take advantage of the size mismatch again. Anthony for 3, no. The tap goes to Shibuta. Sends it over. That was suddenly a 2-on-1 break, really. And then Hall gets fouled. That is how you can help Chahales. Trying to get him involved on the offense during a fast break opportunity. Kitagawa's lifted. Takeru Oba in. Number 18, Yuya Kawamata is also in. And look inside. That's a very good seal there by Hall. And now with 2:03 remaining in the third, the squad of the Alphas in the penalty. Shibuta will kick it out. Open 3. A little bit too strong. The tap goes to the shooter. And what does the shooter do? He launches immediately. Doesn't matter if the shot clock is at 14. He was open. He took it and made it. Now 16 points here for Furukawa. That is one gentleman you cannot leave open. Martin makes the defense pay. Lot of movement again shown here by Kyoto. Heath with the handoff. Shibuta. Shibuta gets away. Just a little bit too strong there. And the foul is going to be called on Tapscott. He was wary about the shot blocking ability of Martin, and rightly so. Jordan Heat sent back in for defensive purposes for the final minute and change to the 10-point lead. Nothing has changed really as far as that sizable lead is concerned. Score here could get it down to 8. Short though. Here's Ogawa. Will surely get it back. Tapscott though will bring it out. Not a good pass. That's also not a smart move there. Gerald Martin standing 6'10". Not the best of ball handlers. Shot clock and game clock with a difference of 6 seconds. Both teams with no more fouls to give. Stopping, putting up a 3 that rims out. With a chance here. That is a poor pass. Stolen. Tapscott inside. No. Still can't get that to drop from point blank range. You can see he has just not yet found his form. 3 quarters done. And as we head into the fourth, it's 60 for Kyoto, 50 for Koshigaya. We're now in the fourth and final period as the Koshigaya Alphas host Kyoto HANNARYZ for the second time here this weekend. They won yesterday 64-62, but right now they trail by 10. They got the stop they needed. Can they deliver on the offensive end to cut into this deficit? On the outside, Martin picked up his dribble. And that is going to be another turnover here from Anthony Clements. I'm starting to sound like a broken record here as far as the turnovers are concerned. Another turnover. That is turnover number 19. Patera in. That's Garrett Hamilton. He's 41 years old, but they say he's still serviceable. That's a poor pass. Sekou almost lost it. Might have traveled there. Goes to the wing. Open three. Jackson clears. These are golden opportunities that the Alphas are not able to take advantage of. They should have cut that lead down to 6 already. Ogawa will bring it closer. The layup will miss, but he got fouled on the way up. 2 free throws here. Asato has really led the way for his squad. They're going to call Martin for the foul. No, they're going to say it was Shun with the push. Shun Matsuyama picks up the second. His second. And first team foul here for the Alphas. Trying to make as much noise as they possibly can. This is now the career high for Asato Ogawa. 21 points and still looking to deliver more. We still have 8 minutes and 43 seconds to be played. Ooh, the second free throw, a little bit too strong. Nice seal. Again, nothing there from Sekou inside. The problem with Sekou is he doesn't go up strong. He's almost always falling away. Furukawa for 3, no. And if you don't go up hard, more often than not, referees will not blow their whistle. Let's see what Sekou does here. That's much better. Ooh, they're gonna say that might be an unsportsmanlike foul. 2 minutes to go. 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 2 They're going to have to review this one. That might be on Tapscott. They are going to review it. Watch it here. Oh, clearly Tapscott there. Just tugging on the jersey. He actually lost his footing. And I believe this is going to be upheld. Sekou there getting really frustrated already. That's Sekou Doumbia from France. Missed out an opportunity a while ago, but again, he was not going hard to the basket. That time he did. That's the right call. Tapscott will take a breather. Now they're going to go with Charles Jackson, at least for the next 6-7 minutes, I would presume. The only time you bring Tapscott in, especially with what he's shown, it's got to be because Charles Jackson picks up a 4th personal foul. But if not, you ride him. Here's Sekou. Leads down to 10. Exactly 8 minutes remaining here. Short in the second. They're going to get possession though. Again, these are free throws you cannot afford to miss. Not at this stage. Both teams actually haven't been given too many free throws. So far, 5 out of 6 for Koshigaya. 4 out of 6 here for the squad of Kyoto. Gonna bring it inside, kissing it off the glass. That's great work there from Anthony Clemens. Down to 8 is the lead. 2-man game. They hand it off. Charles not really going to take a shot from there unless he has to. He rolls to the basket. Push shot. No. Ooh, it drops. That is the 3rd basket that they've got with a lucky roll. Everything seems to be working for Kyoto here as they're looking for only their 2nd victory in 7 games. Hall being real pesky there. Draws that foul from Sekou. Sekou there, that was clearly a moving pick. That counts as another turnover. That's turnover number 20. If they don't clean up their act here in the last 7 and 14. Ooh. You're going to say that's a foul on Jordan Heath. It'll be nice to see that one again. But again, the referees have made their call. Clemens quickly gets into the lane. Kicks it back out to Shun. Anthony left open for 3. No. Getting to the heart of the defense. That's a great pass. Wow. A missed opportunity there for Charles Jackson. The deficit for the ALPHAS still at 10. Shun launches short. That was clearly touched last by the ALPHAS, so another botched possession. Takeru Oba not really showcasing what he can do. He's been given the time, he's been given the opportunity. Not a good pass. Catching a break there. We're the Alphas. That was an ill-advised pass, but they will get possession here. Quick turn. Seku can't deliver. The lead is still at 10 here for Kyoto. They try to rifle in a pass. Not going to work, but at the same time, still. Kyoto with possession. That's an offensive foul, and that might have to force the hand now of Coach Isa to have Jackson back on the bench. That means Tapscott will be tapped to come in once again. Timeout will be called first. A lot of basketball still to be played here at the Koshigaya Gym. And again, chance of let's go Alphas. It is now or never. Foul's going to be called there in Shibuta. And stop the forward progress there of Shun. He was reaching in, and he got caught with his first personal foul. And now in the penalty with 5:55 remaining are the visitors. That's a long time. Let's see if the Alphas can try to take advantage. Takeru Oba for three. Overshoots. Heath clears. Tapscott is back in. No choice really for Coach Isa. They might wave that off. Even if it drops, they're going to say it's an offensive foul. So many offensive fouls given here. That was one from Tapscott. He is really not in the best of form. But still the lead is 10 as we head towards the 5-minute mark. Seku will give it up. He gets it back. Launches a three. A lot of his long shots have been right on target. Just a little strong. Just a tad too tight. Official timeout coming up. Furukawa for three. Can't hit there. Both teams going cold from deep. Seki not wanting to challenge first. Foul's going to be called, and that is going to bring us to this technical timeout. Furukawa picks up a personal as he knocks Kitagawa down. Watch that last piece of action as we step away for this one. Important free throws here. Take advantage of the fact that your opponents are in the penalty. First, will drop there for Kitagawa. They need another one to cut this lead down to 8, and then they're going to need multiple stops. They get to 2 free throws. That's a start of what their fans are hoping will be a rally here to win back-to-back games at the Koshigaya gym. Ikeda in. He hit 2 big threes. That's going to be a turnover. Makes you wonder why Shibuta is in such a hurry. They're up. Now you come up with a turnover there. A bit of trivia. Ikeda was actually the assist king in the last 2 seasons. But today you can see he's able to put that ball in the hoop. Seko will deliver a score there. And a timeout now needed by Kyoto HANNARYZ as Coach Isa is feeling the pressure. Now a chance of defense. This is the closest they've been after quite a while. Release pass goes to Heath. They look inside. And that's why Charles Jackson is back. He can score. He can also get those offensive rebounds, and he can also defend well. The problem is, he's got 4 personal fouls. The lead back up to 8. Taking their time. There's the double. Cross-court pass. Shun Matsuyama offline. That smart play from Ogawa. After getting the rebound, they know they've got 8-point lead. Still not enough time to really just park the bus, but at the same time, they want to be able to use some clock. That might have been a travel. That's a great stop. And a good foul there by Matsuyama just to make sure there are no easy baskets on the other end. Look at this block. Jordan Heath also one of the top shot blockers in the league. And he leads that category. Duty foul there called on Shun. Approaching the 3-minute mark. 8-point lead still. As we have Kotera in. Gary Hamilton. Clemens is in as well. Makes you wonder why he wasn't on the floor to begin the 4th period. You want to be able to make use of everything he brings to the table. Quick handoff. Shot not going to work. Good defense again by the Alphas. And they get it done on the opposite end though. Open 3. No. Another big rebound there by Charles Jackson. Jackson has really done his job on both ends. Now with a double-double of 12 points, 10 boards. And now they're going to use some clock. But make no mistake about it, they still need to be able to score. That's a poor foul. There was no place anymore for Ogawa to go. Kitagawa should have just let him go. But Kitagawa will pick up his 3rd. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul. So time for Asato to add to his career high. This is going to bring that lead back up to 10. And time is definitely not on the side of the Alphas. Not to mention the fact that it looks like they got off on the wrong side of the bed offensively as an entire squad. He'll make both. Under 2.5 remaining in this one. Shun Matsuyama back in. They need to score here. No question about it. They need to look for Anthony Clemens. And they get the ball in his hands. They go inside. Back to Clemens. He's going to lose his footing though. He's going to get tied up. A little bit too quick for his own good that time. Could have traveled there as well. And you can see Maeta asking for a travel. That was clearly a travel. Timeout on the floor. 2:04 remaining. 10-point lead enjoyed by the visitors. Nice pressure being shown here, but able to break the press. And now they're in the front court. Now they're going to use clock, that's for certain. A 10-point lead. Not exactly a safe one yet. But if they get a score here, that could be all over. Not going to drop. Still in this ball game are the Koshigaya Alphas. But they need to score. A 2 or a 3, it doesn't matter. They get a 2. Lead down to 8. Time down to 1:29. They're trying to blitz the ball carrier. The ball carrier trying to make sure he's able to get as many seconds off that clock before they go for it in the final 10 seconds. Now they go. Still up high. Steal. Can they get a quick basket? Shun Matsuyama with a layup. And the lead's down to 6. That's a foul. That's going to put the Alphas in the penalty. So both teams now in the penalty for the final seconds. Not quite sure why Shun had to really hold on to him. You have to allow him to get the basketball. They might say that's a foul away from the play because the ball wasn't inbounded yet. They have yet to break that 6-point barrier. Talking about the Alphas here this afternoon. After yielding a lead of as much as 13. Ogawa makes that free throw. A little bit more comfortable now. Is the lead of Coach Isa and company at 7. I expect them to use a whole lot of clock. At least 20 seconds. It's now a 3-possession affair. They get it inside. Jackson past the timeline. Now they're going to go 4 corners here. That's smart. And they burn so much time and they get the layup. Lead back up to 9. They need this 3 and they get it. That's a big 3 coming from Kitagawa. They're still within striking distance. Only a 2-possession ball game. But now they're going to need to foul. I'd look for the steal first. And they get the steal. Back-to-back 3s, no. .5 remaining in the clock. Referees have not made a signal on whose possession it is. They're going to review this one. Well, they're giving the ball to the Alphas. They're giving the ball to HANNARYZ. That's why the Alphas are asking you to have this reviewed. It's a good challenge if you ask me. Burn your challenge right now. Unless the referees say they saw otherwise, and it's automatically ball Alphas. Actually, Kawashima actually didn't have to touch that one. Because Kawashima touched it, possession should go to the Alphas. Both coaches are being called in here. And I think it's being explained that the call really was ball Alphas. So there's going to be no challenge because Koshigaya will get possession. So there was no timeout. There was no review. So both coaches still with a review intact in case they need it. .5 seconds remaining in this ball game as the Alphas host HANNARYZ right here at the Koshigaya Gym. Good afternoon and thank you so much for joining us for B.LEAGUE action. Needing a quick bucket. Basket and one opportunity. They're going to say there's a foul. A late foul called on Hall. Clemens got tripped up. That was clear. A lot of times you just let him get the 2 points. It's still a 2-possession affair. Now with his free throw, that changes the complexion of this ball game. It becomes a 1-possession affair. But with just 17.3 seconds remaining, Koshigaya will look to steal once again, or if they're not able to get the steal, they'll have to put one of the Kyoto HANNARYZ players on the line for some free throws and hope that they get some misses. Timeout called here by Coach Isa as he maps out his strategy. .3. Can they get the stop here? That's a well-designed play. And actually, they had Charles Jackson inside open. And there's the foul. They got off a lot of seconds. 8.3 remaining in this one. Now Jackson. Needing to make at least one free throw to make this a 2-possession affair. Fourth personal foul going to be called on Matsuyama. Jackson on the line for 2 huge free throws. Kyoto at 1-5. Desperately wants a victory here. And they want it away from home as well. That'll be a big statement. Especially after losing by 2 yesterday. 64-62. First free throw will not drop. Still, just a 1-possession ball game. Second coming up. Nice smile there from Charles. Will the pressure get to him here on the second free throw? No. Timeout called by Koshigaya. Needing a quick basket here when we come back. .3 seconds remaining in this one. B.LEAGUE action coming your way here this Sunday afternoon. Can we see more free basketball, which we had last week? 2 overtimes. Kitagawa triggers it in. Trying to look for Anthony Clemens. Finds Matsuyama. Matsuyama for a shot, no. And that's going to do it. Hall with a slam. And that will be the exclamation point. 0.8 remaining. They're not even going to take a shot. Defense wins it here for Kyoto HANNARYZ. And they win this one by 6. 73-67. It's a split here for both these squads here at the Koshigaya gym this weekend. The ALPHAS winning yesterday 64-62, and today it's HANNARYZ with the W 73-67. Stick around as we're going to hear from Coach Tsutomu Isa and a lot of the stars of Kyoto. Definitely we're going to hear from Asato, who had a career day today. All smiles for Tapscott. Yes, they got the victory, but he needs to work on his game if he wants to be able to help out his squad. Stick around for the interviews.
GFT 賞の発表です。本日の GFT 賞は北川選手です。北川選手、前へお越しください。本日の活躍を記念して株式会社 GFT 代表取締役社長横溝義郎様、そして 横溝葵君、西田ゆびと君より贈呈いたします。ありがとうございました。最後まで戦えるか。
のインタビュー、酒井さんお願いします。
はい、解説の酒井と申します。まずは伊佐コーチに来ていただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
昨日の残念な敗戦から一夜明けて、カムバックしました。まずはそこの率直なお気持ちを教えてください。
そうですね、選手たちは正しいプレーをしてましたけども、勝ちにずっとつながらなかったので、今日一つ勝てて良かったと思います。
はい、外国籍選手の状況だったりとか、なかなかタフなシチュエーションは続きますが、その中でも今日特に日本人選手が非常に数字の部分でも引っ張ってくれたかなと思います。そのあたりはいかがでしょうか。
そうですね、チームで戦うというのも変わりませんので、特におっしゃるように日本人選手がすごくエナジー満載でディフェンスをしてくれたので、ディフェンスの勝利かなと思います。
ゲーム序盤からまさにおっしゃる通り、そのディフェンスの強度っていうのが一番インパクトに残りました。何か昨日から今日にかけて声掛け、どういう声掛けをされたんでしょうか。
ゲームプランは全く変えずに、ただ我々は強度がないと語れないという話をして、もう一回原点の原点に戻って一回やってみようという話はしました。それをしっかり選手たちが、体現してくれたと思います。
素晴らしいゲーム運びだったと思います。ゲームはまだまだタフなスケジュールが続きますが、最後ファンの皆さんに、一言メッセージをお願いします。
はい、今シーズン、タフなシチュエーションから負け続いてますけども、チームは、全然ぶれることなく正しい方向に行ってますので、一緒に戦って共に登っていきましょう。応援よろしくお願いいたします。
伊佐コーチでした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
はい、解説の酒井と申します。小川選手に来ていただきました。まずはアウェーの地での勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずは試合終わってからの率直なお気持ちを教えてください。
そうですね、連敗続いちゃって本当に悔しい結果がずっと続いてたんですけど、今日久しぶりに、勝利することができて本当に良かったと思います。
試合一番最初出だしのオフェンスポゼッションから始まったと思います、
はい。
小川選手の素晴らしい持ち味のスピードを生かしたドライブから始まりました。解説席でもディフェンスでトーンをセットするんじゃないかという話からまずはオフェンスからトーンをセットして一気にディフェンスも持っていった印象があります。ご自分のプレーを振り返ってください。
いやもう本当に昨日の試合でアンダーされてローマークのシチュエーションでもレイアップを外してしまったので、そこが本当に自分としては課題だったので、まずはシュートファーストに、考え直して、そこから CJ の合わせだったりディフェンスのトーンセットだったりっていうのをしっかりやってチームにエナジーを与えれたので、そこが本当に良かったのかなと思います。
数字の話で言えばご自身の得点が26点です、
はい。
キャリアハイです。このあたりはいかがですか。
そうですね、その分やっぱアテンプトが多いので、そこのシュート精度っていうところはもっと上げて周りをもっと活かせるように頑張っていきたいなって思うんですけど、やっぱ相手が自分のところを開けてきたので、そこは思い切って攻めようかなと思ったので、そこが 結果につながったのかなと思います。
はい、タフなスケジュールがまだまだ続きます。最後にファンの皆さんに一言熱いメッセージをお願いします。
アウェーゲームでもやっぱもうホームのような歓声をしてくれるので、その力を借りてしっかりと次はホームでアルバルクさんなのでしっかりと連勝できるように頑張っていきたいなと思います。
小川選手でした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
越谷パズルホームゲームでは試合終了後のバスの臨時増便、臨時タクシー乗り場の無料を実施しています。ぜひご活用いただき、公共交通機関でのご帰宅にご協力をお願いいたします。以上で越谷パズルレース
As we get set up for the highlights here of these past 4 quarters, we'll also let you know what the head coach talked about, head coach Isa. Not to mention the fact that we also had an interview here with Asato Ogawa. As you enjoy the highlights, Coach Isa in his interview said, our players were well, playing from deep, playing from afar, but we couldn't win. So this victory was so precious today. We had a lot of energy, especially the locals, and definitely it showed because we talked about the fact that the scoring was led by the locals. He said we're still suffering because our imports have been injured. Remember, down is Angelo Paluaro, and he was replaced here by Chahel Tapscott, and Tapscott really struggled today. But he ended by saying we will continue playing hard. So he told his fans, please don't give up on us. Keep cheering as we picked up win number 2 in 7 games. There's Tapscott, as you can see, just no lift on his legs. Got denied there. And what happened was, they gave up a 3 on the other end. But it was a jackrabbit start here by Kyoto that really helped them out. They got off to a 7-0 advantage and they never looked back. A while ago, you saw Jeff Gibbs, who recently retired from play. Used to play for the Koshigaya ALPHAS. He's now on the bench, helping out as one of their assistant coaches. And here is the interview of Asato Ogawa. He said, we've been struggling for a long time. It's been a while since we started winning. He's happy with the win today, and he said, my key point today was to focus on my shots. And the other players were also able to make their shots, especially that gentleman you saw, Takatoshi Furukawa, helping out. He said, our next opponent will be tough, but we will continue to do our best. As you can see there, the best really working out here for Asato Ogawa on that shot. First quarter ended 25-14 in favor of Kyoto. After 2 periods, it was still Kyoto on top by 11, 50-39. Trying to make their move for the ALPHAS in the 3rd period, but again, holding strong was Asato and company. As that 3rd period will really be just a 1-point difference in favor of the ALPHAS. So heading into the 4th, it was 60 for Kyoto, Koshigaya at 50. Nice look inside, one of the few easy baskets that Martin actually had here this afternoon. Shibuta launches, and Rion was a huge help for his squad. There's Martin, who came alive here in quarter number 3. But again, game-long brilliance off the bench for Furukawa. He is 38 years old, but he still knows how to put that ball through the hoop. Anthony kissing it off the glass. He needs to be more aggressive in the days to come. Hasn't really gotten too much help from the other imports. Charles Jackson would come in and give them an 8-point lead there with that basket. That stemmed the rally and stopped it in its tracks. Again, Asato used up clock and scored on the easy layup there. He would lead the scoring for his squad today with a huge 26-point explosion. Furukawa also helped out with his 16 and 13 points coming from Charles Jackson. So Charles Jackson, the only world import to get in the top 3 of scoring. This will be the final touches as Hall slams it through. The Koshigaya Alphas will drop to 2-5. Kyoto HANNARYZ will improve to 2-5. As we'll take a look at the numbers. Look at this, 59% shooting. So a much better percentage shooting for the Alphas, but they hit 6 less shots. That can be really a little bit numbing when you take a look at numbers. HANNARYZ actually shot better from 3, 36% to 31%, but making 2 more threes were the Alphas. So the shoe there wasn't the other foot. But the real big problem for Koshigaya were their turnovers. They had 20 turnovers, and that converted into so many points off turnovers here for the opponents. Look at this, points off turnovers, 14 as compared to just 7. As we take a look at the scoring leaders, the rebounding leaders, and the assist leaders. So Clemens with 20 points, 26 points for Ogawa, 10 boards for Dumbuya, 12 boards for Charles Jackson, Clemens with 4 dimes, and 8 assists for Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson was actually working on a triple-double. Wow. Jackson had 13 points, 12 boards, and 8 assists, doing it all for his squad, despite the fact that he was actually in foul trouble. That's why he had to sit out at the 8-minute mark, at the beginning of the 4th period, because he picked up foul number 4, came back at the 5-minute mark, and once again helped his squad to this W. So on that note, we're going to close the coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here for Koshigaya up against Kyoto here this Sunday afternoon. Till next time, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining us for basketball action from the B-League. God bless.